What's up everybody? Welcome to the Stocks channel. My name is Corey and today we had another bullish breakout closing at brand new all-time highs. How high is this bull market going to go? First up, let's take a look at the S&P 500 SPY ETF. So let's crack open this chart and see what's going on in the stock market today. And of course, because it is Friday, we will take a look at the bank account, which we can see was up 1.48% today. For the 1 week performance, we're up 2.08%. And on the 1 month, we're up 3.71%. On the 3 month performance, remember this account started trading on July 8th, and you can see since then, this account is up 7.19%. So Bank Trade Alerts is absolutely crushing this market, and that is my trade alert service that only trades TQQQs. It's very simple to follow and it does well in all market conditions, but it does exceptionally well in volatile markets like we could potentially be going into next month. So if you're interested in trying out Bank Trade Alerts, remember that I am running a 50% off promotion code for your first month, and you will receive all the buy and sell alerts directly via email and text message. If you're interested in joining Bank Trade Alerts, you can find out all of the details in the description below. Alright, so jumping back over to the S&P 500, like I said in the intro, we did have a very bullish day going up 0.89% and closing at yet another brand new all-time high. The price action blasted right through 449 after just a minor pullback from getting rejected from that level. So again, as I tell you time and time again, this is a very strong bull market, which we do already know that because of the very strong bull trend. Remember, as long as we have the strong bull trend, the price action is likely going to continue to go higher, and we're only looking for pullbacks at resistance, and we're not necessarily expecting a stock market correction. A stock market correction will eventually be here, but we need to see price action breaking through a critical support level, and we just haven't seen that. So with price action breaking through yet another resistance level, I want you to watch the next price target at 451, and that level is going to be a very significant resistance. Just like I tell you with all of my price targets, they could always lead to a pullback, and a pullback could eventually lead into something bigger like a stock market correction. So look for that next major resistance at 451. And if we start breaking above 451, remember that it's very likely SPY is going to start running to 460. So look for that price target to be the next major resistance. To the downside, we can now have support at 449 and of course our previous price target at 446. The strongest support level is still going to be our 20 symbol moving average, which is also exactly where that gap close is, just below 444. So look for that strong support level right around 444 going into next week, and we need to see price action breaking below that critical support to even consider the fact that this bull market is starting to roll over. The bull is bucking, and don't try to call a top in this strong bull market because it's just not worth trying to guess. If you're staying objective, you need to follow the price action and the trend, and both the price action and the trend are still very bullish. Now do note, if we do start closing below 444, it's very likely we're coming back down to that 50 EMA, which is now sitting at 437. The longer the bull market goes on, the higher these critical support levels continue to rise. So don't bother trying to call a top and just continue to trade in the direction of the trend, and right now you still need to be bullish in this bull market. On the Nasdaq 100 QQQs, we were up 0.97% today, and we did see the price action getting to our price target at 376. So from here, we need to see if we're going to get a pullback from this resistance level or if we're going to start breaking out above. If we do start breaking out above 376, remember that we need to see 2 days of price action closing above that level to confirm that it is the real deal breakout. Above 376, we could see price action running to the 380s, but right now we still see the price action getting held up at that resistance level, so we still need to respect 376 for the time being. To the downside, we have support at 370, 369, and our gap close right around 368. Remember, if the QQQs start closing below 368, it will look like the QQQs are starting to roll over, but we still do have a significant amount of support in that range. We basically have a support level every single dollar that we go lower once we get to 370, so that will be a very strong support zone. Below 368, we could look like we're rolling over, coming back down to the 50 EMA, which is going to be right around 362. On the Dow Jones, we also had a bullish day today with the price action going up 0.68%, and we did get that strong bounce off of that critical support level. Remember, I told you that the Dow Jones would have a very critical test, closing right at support and still holding on to the bull trend, and the critical test of support did hold up, and we did see a very strong bounce, which is always going to be a bullish indication. We went higher on the Dow Jones on increasing volume from yesterday, so this was a very bullish development for the Dow. Look for resistance at 355, 356.5, and our price target at 359. To the downside, we still have our strong support at 352, the gap close at 351.8, and our strong support level at 351. Below those support levels, you have the 50 EMA at 349. Again, we still have a bull trend, so all three indices do have bullish price action with bullish trends. So we do have a broad stock market bull rally, which means this is the real deal bull market. On the Russell 2000, we had a very bullish day going up 2.82%, and the Russell 2000 blasted right through that price target at 224, and it did get to 227 in a hurry. Remember that I told you when the Russell 2000 breaks out above 224, it's very likely going to get to 227 in a hurry, and you could see exactly what I was talking about with today's very bullish candle. This is a very extremely bullish engulfing candle, which ran from a critical support level all the way to a very critical resistance level in just one day's time. So from a huge bullish day like this, closing near resistance, we could see a pullback. But if we start breaking out above 227, look for resistance at 230 and 233 next. To the downside, we now have support at 224 and 222, and we want to see if the Russell 2000 can regain the full bull trend from here. If we can start breaking out and regaining the full bull trend, we could see the Russell 2000 start looking extremely bullish, which could mean it's going for another leg higher and could go to brand new all-time highs. It's way too soon to say that for sure, so stay the course and stay objective and watch these resistance and support levels. Below about 222, the Russell 2000 will start to look like it's rolling over yet again, so don't forget about the gap close at 216 if we do start closing below 220. On the ARKK ETF, we were up 2.41% today, and we did close back above that critical support level at 120. So we don't have a bull trend or a bear trend for the ARKK ETF, so it's very much like the Russell 2000 trying to get out of this choppy sideways price action. So look for ARKK to hold up above 120 to remain bullish because that will be your critical support. Below 120, we could still find support at the gap close at 116 and support levels at 114 and 112.6. To the upside, look for resistance at 123, 125.6, and 128. On the VIX, we did get another VIX crush Friday with the VIX dropping 13% and closing well below all of the moving averages. So the VIX is back below 18.2 yet again and now forming another low on this chart with the possibility of filling this gap down here at 15.7. Remember, the VIX is a measure of fear, and fear is without a doubt leaving this market as we climb to new all-time highs. So look for a potential fill of this gap, and we will want to see if the VIX is going to find support at the support trend line, and if it does, we could see another round of volatility, which would go hand in hand from a pullback from our critical price targets, which we're very close to hitting at this time. So look for another round of volatility potentially coming once we do close this gap on the VIX. If we see the VIX continuing to get crushed and going back down towards 14, that will be extremely bullish and tells us to expect brand new all-time highs yet again in the stock market. If we see the VIX spiking back above 18.2 and then again getting back above 20, that will tell us that we're going through another pullback, and it could always lead to a stock market correction if we see the VIX closing above 23. So watch those critical levels on the VIX, and it will give you a lot of information about what to expect in this market. On Bitcoin, we're currently up over 4.6%, and we did see Bitcoin bouncing off of that critical support at the 20 simple moving average. So Bitcoin is bouncing off of about 47,000 and heading back up to our price target at 51,000. Remember, if Bitcoin can break out above 51,000, it's very likely going back to 60K, and then it can start flirting with brand new all-time highs. So as long as we have the full bull trend, I want you to be bullish on Bitcoin and watch for that breakout above resistance at 51K. To the downside, you have support at 47,000, 45,000, and the 50 EMA at 43,000. On Amazon stock, we were up over 1% today, and we see Amazon getting very close to retesting that critical resistance just above at 3380 and 3400. Remember, this is no longer looking like a dead cat bounce if we can get back above 3400. We have a huge gap to fill on Amazon that closes at 3580, and that will be very bullish for the NASDAQ 100 if we see Amazon climbing back up to about 3600. So look for that critical test of resistance next week right around 3380 to 3400, and you do have downside support on Amazon at 3311, the 20 simple moving average at 3300, and our previous support at 3185. So Amazon is still a dead cat until it gets back above 3400, so don't get overly bullish on Amazon at this time. Play the resistance and support levels and be cautious on this stock until we can get a confirmation of a breakout. On Tesla stock, we were up 1.53% today, and we still see Tesla stock getting rejected at that resistance level just below 715. We need to see Tesla breaking out above 715 to close the gap at 732, and then we could start running towards the price target at 765. Your critical support levels you need to watch on Tesla are at 703, 692, and the 50 EMA at 680. Below 680, Tesla will have the critical support trend line at 670, and below that, Tesla will start looking like it's rolling over, and it will need to hold above, forming a lower low at 665. So watch for those critical support levels and look to see if Tesla can break out above 715 and regain the full bull trend. If Tesla breaks out of critical resistance and regains the full bull trend, it should have no trouble getting to our price target at 765. On Apple stock, we had a bullish day going up 0.72% and closing back above all the moving averages. Apple did bounce off of that critical support level at the 20 simple moving average at 147.5, and we are still holding on to that full bull trend. So if Apple can break out back above 151, look for it to start running to our price target at 156. As long as we have the full bull trend, the price target remains 156, but we do need to break out of this consolidation wedge first. To the downside, look for support at 147.5, and below that, look for critical support at 145 and 144. Below the 50 EMA, look for the gap close at 137. Remember, Apple's a market moving stock, so if it breaks out to the upside, that should bring the rest of the stock market higher with it, and if it breaks out to the downside, that could put downward pressure on the market. On the financial sector, we were up 1.33% today, and we still see bullish price action and bullish trending in the financials. The industrials were up 0.69%, closing back above all the moving averages and holding on to that full bull trend. The healthcare sector was down 0.11% today, still holding up above the 20 simple moving average and still in the full bull trend, but it does look like it's trying to roll over, so watch for that critical support. The energy sector was up 2.67% today, and we did see the energy sector closing below the 50 EMA. The energy sector needs to get back over that 50 EMA to reverse the bearish trending. So jumping back over to the S&P 500, we definitely can see this is still a very strong bull market, and that's why I constantly tell you don't bother trying to call a top and don't short this bull market. Get cautious at my resistance levels and prepare for pullbacks, and the best way to do that is to raise cash. Remember, the higher we go, the more risky the market becomes, so you want to make sure you're locking in some profits and that you do have an exit strategy if we do start to see the market rolling over. But at this time, this market is still incredibly bullish, and we could see SPY going up on increasing volume today. So there's no way you can look at the price action in this market and be anything other than bullish, and we still do have very strong bull trends. So as long as you have the strong bull trend, you want to trade in the direction of the trend, and the path of least resistance in this market is still higher. Pullbacks are buy the dip opportunities as long as we have the strong bull trend, so continue to watch those critical support levels. Also remember that I do have my own trade alert service that only trades TQQQs called BANC Trade Alerts, and it's absolutely crushing this market. You can find out all of the details on how well BANC Trade Alerts is doing on the website, which you can find in the description below. I'm also running a 50% off promo code for your first month, so now is the best time to try out BANC Trade Alerts. I also have the Stocks Channel Discord where I do intraday updates and analysis to help you navigate this market and stay on the right side of the trade. If you're interested in joining the Stocks Channel Trading Discord community, you can find out how to join by clicking on the link in the description. So happy Friday, and thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.